All right, let's talk about a story that's just incredible. It's about a woman who went from the rice paddies all the way to becoming a world champion boxer. We're talking about Mary Kom, and her journey is seriously a masterclass in what it means to have an unbreakable will. I love this. A girl from a humble background who dared to dream big. That's it, right there. That's the heart of it. Mary Kom's story doesn't kick off in some fancy stadium. It starts in a small village with a dream that honestly must have felt impossible. Okay, so to really get the champion, you've got to understand the girl first. Her story begins in the fields of Manirpur, a place that's about as far as you can get from the boxing ring she was headed for. So look at this. It really lays out the two different worlds she was living in. On one side, you have her reality, a childhood in the rice paddies of rural Manipur, doing that tough, back-breaking farm work to help her family. And on the other side, her dream. The bright lights, the roar of the crowd, the intensity of a pro boxing ring. I mean, the distance between those two things feels astronomical, right? But here's the thing. She just refused to accept that her circumstances defined her future. Having a dream is one thing, but actually making it happen, that's a whole other ballgame. And this next part of her story is all about that. The action, the pure sweat and sacrifice it takes to chase a passion with every single thing you've got. And make no mistake, her rise to the top was not about luck. Not at all. It was a step-by-step conquest. First, she discovers this raw passion for boxing. Then she forges that passion into real skill through just grueling, non-stop training. Before long, she's absolutely dominating local tournaments, right? Building this reputation that you just couldn't ignore. And that, of course, is what finally gets her a spot on Team India. And the speed of her progression was just wild. Think about it. She goes from being a total newcomer in Manipur to a local champ, and then bam, she just explodes onto the national scene. In such a short time, she went from being just another competitor to a real force of nature that the whole country was starting to talk about. But like any truly great story, the journey to the top is never a straight line, is it? It's never easy. And this is where we see what a true champion is made of. It's not just about the wins. It's about how you get up after you get knocked down. And believe me, the obstacles she faced were just relentless. We're talking about career-threatening injuries, the kind that would make most people just hang up their gloves for good. She was going toe-to-toe with some of the toughest opponents on the planet. And yeah, she absolutely knew what it felt like to lose. Every single step forward was a battle. But see, this is the part that makes her a legend. It's how she responded to all that. She just would not give up. It's that simple. Every single time she was knocked down, she got back up even stronger, more focused, more determined. This goes way beyond just being a good athlete. This is pure, uncut grit. And that's what made an entire nation get behind her. So, all of that struggle, right? All that resilience, it was all leading up to this one single moment. We're at the climax of her story now, the point where every single sacrifice finally pays off. And what you're about to see is that her legacy is about way more than just a piece of gold. And there it is, that moment of pure victory, winning that historic gold. Can you just imagine the emotion, all those years of struggle, of pain, of doubt, all of it just pouring out in that one perfect moment? The sources say she had tears of pure joy streaming down her face on that podium, a champion against every single odd. When you boil it all down, Mary Kom's story is this incredible testament to courage, to hard work, and just sheer relentless determination. Her whole journey is just living proof that if your passion is strong enough, no obstacle is actually impossible to overcome. And that really leaves us with something to think about, doesn't it? Her story isn't just about boxing. Not really. It's a lesson for all of us about perseverance. It kind of makes you look at your own life, your own challenges, and ask yourself a simple question. What obstacle are you going to overcome?